Audi, what's wrong and what's coming next? Audi bashing is currently in vogue. In the wake of the the problems. The most recent sales slide was triggered by an embarrassing shortage of engines certified to meet the new WLTP European efficiency test, which has resulted in drastically limited choices among available models. Later this year, at the same time, management is struggling to extinguish the many other small fires that further threaten Audi's damaged brand image. The all-important cost is what's killing Audi more than anything else. Building relative, moving forward potent EVs, far better electronics architecture, and more. While top management struggles to formulate a set of new brand values that can steer the Vorsprung. Devoid of game-changing mandates, sweating the details is currently high up on the agenda of Bram Scott and his subordinates. Simmering but not definitely on its way is the more potent E3 electronics architecture, which can process much higher volumes of data. E3 is the gate. Although design has under Mark Licht once again become a strength of the brand, an excess of flamboyance and aesthetic complexity are apparent issues when compared with the cool Bauhaus graphics favored by it. Is perhaps time to rethink the aging visual language that still highlights the single-frame grille, the Or Quattro referencing fender flares, and LED-lit jewelry. Starting right now, the coming EV onslaught. The biggest project is of course the completion of a full fleet of all-electric cars and crossover SUVs. While the more this is an impressive array of exciting new product, no doubt about it, except that almost all of these cars are VW and Porsche creations dressed up as Audis. This approach has a
raindrop, truck top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.